Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Beauty Pop Podcast. I'm Victoria.
And I'm Jen.
And today we're going to spotlight one specific brand that you and I both have tried lots of different products. It's a Japanese company brand called Tatcha, available at Sephora. It's a very popular brand, and lots of interesting products. Different price points for a lot of things. You've probably gotten a sample at least at some point because they're huge with samples.
That's how I discovered it, actually.
Me too.
What do I always tell you? I always look for those samples because I love to try new products. And that's exactly how I got excited about it. And in fact, it was the first time I tried it. I've seen this brand advertised a million places, and the packaging is really cute. So it kind of stands out. It's got like the purple packaging. Some of it I think is green too. It depends on the product line. But I have always seen it. And then all of a sudden I got this little bit of Tatcha and I thought, all right, I'm going to try it. Here I go. And now I have a full-sized bottle of stuff coming my way because I liked it that much, even though it's pricey.
Ooh, all right. I'm excited to hear about that. And also too, we had talked about a couple episodes ago, we talked about our gel manicures. Dangerous, right?
Yes.
I went, because I've been doing every 3 weeks I get my LCNs filled in and repolished.
Let's see what you got.
I stuck with the same thing. I get so many compliments on it. It's one coat of OPI bubble bath and a top coat of OPI's Kyoto Pearl. So
nice.
It becomes
like a pearly white.
Pearly white with it's like the perfect neutral.
Love it. They look really nice and clean.
I literally interviewed the owner of the nail salon, and I had questions. I went undercover. I had questions. So I will tell
Walters over here.
some of the and honestly, I was really surprised by the story and her answers and stuff. So we'll get into that later on. But we want to jump right off with Tatcha, which I want to hear what product has totally turned you onto this line.
So we talk about our dry skin issues. Both of us have dry skin. And this time of year, especially it's still winter, it's still cold. I live in Los Angeles, there's been a lot of cold weather. It's just been kind of heater season and that dries your skin out. So I found this little bottle of Tatcha. I got it. I don't even know who gave me the sample. It was probably Sephora. I can't remember. But I get a hold of it. I'm like, all right, let's try it. It's called the Dewy Skin Cream Replenishing and Plumping Moisturizer.
I have the mini version right here.
That's the exact same one that I have.
I got a little duo. I think I had so many points at Sephora that it was one of the options to choose, like the little gift or whatever. So yeah, I chose it too. And I'm curious to see what you think.
So I haven't tried anything else but the Dewy cream. That's the only thing that they gave me. It's the only thing I had. But at first I was taken aback by it's a pretty color. It's like a purple color.
Even the lotion too. Yeah.
Yeah. So the lotion, when I put it on at first, I thought this is kind of weird. It almost feels like a balm more than a cream or a lotion. It feels more like, think of not petroleum jelly because it's not that thick, but it almost has that kind of consistency.
I would say it's like a gel balm. It's like in between. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, the consistency threw me off a little at first too.
And I thought, ooh, I don't think I'm going to like this. And then I put I take a little bit out and put it on my face, and I think it just kind of sits there. And then I was like, wait a second, I'm going to roll it. So the consistency kind of got me. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to like this. Well, until I start massaging it into my face. And then all of a sudden I went, oh my gosh, this is so moisturizing. This feels great. And what I've noticed is that when people say, oh, you have such a dewy glow, they never say that to me, but they say it to people. I've always
you're like, I've heard people say it to other people.
I know. I've been striving for the damn dewy glow for my whole life because my dewy glow doesn't exist. My skin goes and sucks in whatever I put on it. I never even know how people do it. And so I put this on. And I put it on in the morning.
What step did you do? So do you start in the morning with a toner?
I did. So in the morning, I just did because I do all my fake
that
skincare
changes
stuff
each
at night.
Product I've found.
I just did a cleanser. I did my cleanser, which right now I'm using Kate Somerville.
Okay.
A cleanser from her. So I washed my face, put on this, that's it.
So you went
toner,
straight
no
on.
in between.
Okay.
Went straight in between.
I like to do that with a new product. Then you really know how it reacts with your skin and, yeah.
So I put it on and I kind of went about my business and I was like, well, this actually feels really good. Like the consistency threw me. I thought, oh, this is getting dumped. I'm not going to like this.
Yeah.
No, once I put it on and massage and then walk around the house a little bit, I thought, this feels really good. Let's see how it does when I put my makeup on. So I didn't do anything else. put my makeup straight on, and I think I actually had my first dewy glow.
Ooh.
It made my skin so well prepared for makeup. I didn't do primer. I didn't do anything. Just went straight with my foundation. And I just felt like I really loved it. And it's funny because I did this while I was on a weekend trip away from my birthday. And people were like, wow, you look great. You look like you're, and I swear, I think it was this lotion underneath or this balm, whatever it's called. I have, like I said, have really wanted to have that dewy look that doesn't look so matte without being extra shiny when I put on all my highlighting stuff. This totally fit the bill. So I highly recommend trying it. I don't love like that texture. Don't let it throw you. It's a little bit weird, but I love it as a base for makeup. And I'm a little torn because it doesn't have sunscreen in it. And I didn't put any sunscreen on, but I'm assuming if I looked around maybe and found an extra step of just facial sunscreen, because I hate to not wear it. But man, it's such a good base for your makeup. It looks so good.
What kind of foundation do you use again?
I use NARS.
Does NARS, I'm going to guess the answer is no, because I think I've asked this of someone at Sephora. NARS doesn't make an SPF foundation, do they?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look. I don't think so. The one I have, because
they're so focused on like
SPF
makeup artists. It's like MAC. It's not like they're really specific in what their what the point of the product is. Yeah.
And so usually I like to have my day cream be a cream that actually has SPF in it, so I can double that step. So I don't know what I'm going to do because I ordered the big vat of this stuff and it's not cheap. It's $70, but you really do use a small amount. I know we say that a lot, but with this, you really do use a small amount because it is a weird kind of texture.
Yeah.
But it kind of melts into your skin. And I swear I let it sit for like 10 minutes. I put my makeup on. I don't think I've had a better base for my foundation, at least in my memory, like my recent memory.
What did you use?
Really looked good.
I don't know that we've ever talked about this. What did you use before? What was your daily like go-to moisturizer under
Well, I would
foundation?
mix it up. We did, so right now I've actually been using, because I got another sample. Typically I'll use like an oil of Olay or some over-the-counter product, but that has SPF in it for my daytime use.
Right.
Lately,
you're also you're in California, you're in Southern California, you're in the car a lot. So it is smart to,
well, and I noticed that on my left side, my driver's side, I have some discoloration starting on my jawline. So I'm like, I got to be extra careful with making sure I have the SPF there. That being said, this is a product that I would also recommend. I know we didn't plan to talk about it. It's a cheap one, but I really like it. And I think for the more combination skin ladies out there, this would probably be even better. I miss a little bit of the moisture, but the Burt's Bees Daily SPF Lotion.
Oh, interesting.
Really nice. And they're all natural products. They're all natural ingredients. Burt's Bees, I think it's my favorite chapstick. I think they do a really nice job.
Good job. Yep.
And they only are really looked at for chapstick. But in my Christmas stocking this year, see, now you're seeing all the Christmas products be put to use. In my Christmas stocking this year, my mom had given me like a little Burt's Bees kit because she knows I love the chapstick. And so I thought I'd try the cream with the SPF, and I'm really liking it. Now I could use more moisture, but since it's my daytime cream, I overcompensate at night with my heavy moisturizer. So if you have combination skin, I think it would be even better for you because it's got enough moisture, but it's not going to make your skin. It would be fine for oily skin as well. Yeah, is my point.
Have you ever tried?
It's a nice product.
Yeah. Have you tried the Tatcha Dewy at night? Just as a night cream? Because that's the only time I've ever used it.
I did use it at night, and I have to tell you, I don't think I liked it as much. I mean, it still makes your skin feel great, but I think the benefit of this product is that it looks so dang good, and it makes your makeup application so nice and easy and smooth. I just really loved it for that. I felt like I didn't need a primer, and that's one of the premises of this cream is that it's supposed to hydrate and fill in your lines and plump up your face.
Yeah,
and
that's literally how they advertise it. It's what do they call it? Plumping? Oh, replenishing and plumping. I
swear, I think that's the key is that it actually plumped up the fine lines. It made everything look so nice and moisturized. And I'm a convert. I'm going to try it at night again and see if I like it. But really, I think its best use is
daytime.
Under your makeup in the morning. Yeah,
that's fantastic because even I don't wear makeup during the day unless I have like a special thing or whatever. So when I wear makeup, it's to go out to dinner or for.
So you don't need SPF.
I don't need SPF. And one of the things that I've always found kind of annoying is when you go to Sephora and you say, I need something that gives me a lot of moisture, that because my Chanel foundation, which I love the color and everything, it's so perfect, but it's a little too matte. So I need like a good, so I've been using, my go-to has been the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, which definitely gives a nice sort of, it doesn't really have any health benefits for your skin, but that's okay because I figure I'll use targeted night treatments.
Exactly.
Anyway. So I'm not really looking for one moisturizer to do everything. I just want something to give me a little bit of glow underneath the foundation.
And a nice smooth, to get rid of dry patches and stuff, you want a nice smooth canvas.
And so having SPF is like, though everyone always tries to tout that, it has SPF 25. I'm like, I don't need that. I don't care. I go out after I'm a vampire. The sun goes down and then Victoria goes out. Like that's how it works.
She comes alive.
Yeah. I check the curtains. Once the sun is down, I come out of the coffin and then I go out. So it doesn't even that's just not a priority to me to find a moisturizer that has SPF in it. The last one that I tried was the JLo Beauty, had SPF 30 or something in it. I don't know what happened, but my skin did not react well to it. I felt like my skin was irritated, and I think whatever maybe the SPF factor was, it was just, that's what really did it. So I've had a struggle with trying to find, during the day, a moisturizer that works and has SPF that doesn't really kind of get to my sensitive skin. I don't break out because my skin is so dry, but I get sensitive and I'll get little red bumps sometimes, and like just it doesn't feel good.
You want to put good stuff on your face, right?
So the funny thing is, so I'm opening up the little Tatcha bottle that I have here, the little sample size of the Dewy Skin Cream. I've obviously only used this once. There's one finger swipe through it. So I'm gonna. But now that I literally went into my medicine cabinet and I'm like, I have the same thing that Jen's going to talk about. So I'm going to try this tonight. And see how it works as a night cream. Because
one of the things that I think is really just to add to its benefits about under makeup is that the consistency, because sometimes when you use a really big hydrating cream before you put your makeup on, it slides right off. So what's really nice is that this plumps you up. It looks dewy, it looks nice, but it also, because of the consistency, that weird consistency that turned me off at the beginning, I think it actually holds on to the makeup. Like it's a good sticky base for some reason.
So did you let it dry down a little bit, right?
I just put it on and then probably walked around the house for 5-10 minutes and then put my makeup on.
Because that could make or break. That little bit of drying time could actually make or break the application of the foundation. So I'm
curious to know what you think, both as a nighttime cream.
I'm excited to try it.
Also,
I'm going to try it this weekend.
Base. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try it this weekend because, again, I only go out at night. A couple things. So that's the only thing you've ever tried from Tatcha?
That's the only thing. Did you like the foaming wash? Or is it a foaming wash? What is it?
So throughout the years of samples and things, because like we said, Tatcha loves samples. So, and it's good because you know what? We're talking about it now because of samples. So it should be a business model.
And also it's a $70 commitment. So you better give me a sample to make sure I like it before I spend a lot of money.
That is a big commitment. And so I have here the mini size of the rice wash. And I thought this was a nice cleanser. I found that, it's $40. To me, it's a lot for something that's on your face for all of less than 30 seconds. Let's be honest, right? Less than 30 seconds. So I'm not a huge fan. I'll use the rest of the tube. That's not going to get my business. The other thing that I tried a sample of, which I also thought was a little pricey, they have an essence. This is a Japanese company. Yeah. Essences and tone, they use essence in, K-beauty, the Korean beauty stuff, Japanese beauty, kind of similar. They call them rituals, it's different steps. And so their essence it's similar to the SK2 that we've talked about, which is astronomically expensive and not worth it.
And what was the product that you found that was half the price of that? What was it called?
The one that I love is also a Korean brand, and it's literally half the price. And the bottle has lasted, I've probably had it close to a year. It's called Till I Met You. That's the name of it. And it's,
That's
believe,
cute.
Yeah. And I have to go and find out the name of the actual brand. It might be from Soko Glam or something, but it works really, really well. And you save all that money. I mean, the SK2 stuff is $250. That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
That's ridiculous. And half of it stays on your hands.
Yeah,
and that's how
that's crazy.
I don't know if we talked about this in that episode. I don't remember now, but that's how they discovered Patera is the main ingredient, because it helps bread rise. It's like a yeast starter.
That's right.
And so these
people's hands were like, this is great.
And all these bakers had this, like, in South Korea, they had like the amazing hands. They never had wrinkles or anything. And then they deduced that it was the yeast starter. So then they turned it into, that's why it smells a little yeasty.
Yeah.
It has like a lot of the essences has that, it kind of smells like everyone knows now what sourdough starter smells like because of COVID.
I know.
So it kind of has that like yeasty bready kind of, so yeah, the essence from Tatcha, I didn't, again, it's $110. To me, it's not worth it. That's not going to get my business either. There was another product that I don't personally like, but it's one of their most popular. And I don't know if you've seen this. It's called the rice polish.
Ooh, what's that? Is that an exfoliator?
It's a powder. Yes, it's a cleanser and an exfoliator. I got a sample of it once, and I'm glad I didn't buy it. It's $68 for the full size.
Wow.
It's a powder that you put onto, you sprinkle a little bit onto your hand, you add some water, and then you rub it around and then, onto your face. Well, to me, anytime powder's involved, half of it goes down the drain, half of it's on the floor. It's messy. It's like it's too much of a science experiment. I'm not a fan. So some people like it, and that's fine. I remember watching Jada Pinkett Smith, who has insane skin, the most gorgeous skin like of any celebrity.
Gosh. And tight and taut and beautiful.
Oh my God. Her beauty routine, like, no joke, I had to go back to work at step 22. I mean, there are multiple steamings and things, and she swears by a lot of the Tatcha stuff. And she loves that rice. It's called a foaming enzyme powder, and she was really into it and liked it. Even as she's sitting there at her makeup counter filming the whole thing, you can see the powder like falling all over the desk. I'm like, okay.
See, I don't have enough time for that.
I don't have time for that. And you're just wasting money.
Jada Pinkett Smith has people who will sweep up after her powder mishaps. So, until that happens for me, I think I'll pass on that.
So I feel bad having more negatives about Tatcha than positives, but I am going to give the Dewy
touch it
cream.
because you've got it in your hand. See what you think about the texture, because it is a weird texture.
You know what? You're going to laugh when I say this. Looking at it, it looks like, when you get a pudding pack when you're a kid?
Yes.
It looks like chocolate pudding, right?
That's funny.
Oh, okay. And I just put it on my hand. It almost turns into like an oil.
Doesn't it? I know. That's exactly right.
It melts down
into your skin.
Yeah. I'm going to give this another chance. I'm really happy that you brought this up today, because this has been sitting in my cabinet, and I just moved on. I obviously tried it once and moved on. But I can see why
you see what I'm talking about. It's almost a sticky, but I'm telling you, under the makeup,
smells nice.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not overwhelming at all.
It is a little dewy, and it is a little sticky. So I think the reason that you had success is that it dried down. So I'm going to
dry down a little bit. Yeah.
So that's a good tip. One other tip, speaking of tips, nail tips. So a couple weeks ago, we talked about there was a new study that came out, kind of went worldwide, the dangers of UV lamps and gel manicures and things like that.
We don't even know how bad it is probably yet until the people that have been using it.
Really the conclusion is, for the amount of time that you're using it, you're really not, it's not a mini tanning bed. An actual tanning bed.
Lights.
Yeah. An actual tanning bed is 3,000 times stronger than the lamps that cure your gels.
No kidding.
So that's number one. So I interviewed the owner of my nail salon, and I love this little place. It's called Elements in Fairhaven, New Jersey. It's adorable. If anybody's in Jersey, go there. And so I said to her, I'm like, did you see that thing? She goes, oh my God. She goes, we started getting phone calls again. She said, we went through this. No. She goes, we went all through this like 5 years ago when the initial study came out. She said, I had people coming in wearing the gloves. Remember we talked about some dermatologist recommended the UV gloves or whatever. She was like, and every single person couldn't wait to take them off. So she's like, it didn't make for an enjoyable experience.
Yeah.
She said we were offering sunscreen lotion first. Mm-hmm. And then she said, we really tried to, accommodate everybody's safety concerns or whatever. So she said, And I said, because as I'm sitting here baking, I'm curing, right? As I'm like talking about this. And I said, so like, how bad do you really think it is? And she said, oh, well, we don't have UV lamps. And I said, well, what's my hand in? She goes, that's an LED lamp. And I go, Eureka.
Oh.
So I started Googling and she said, oh yeah. She goes, we got rid of all the UV lamps like years ago because it was too much of a hassle. And everybody was like too afraid of it and the whole, UV exposure. So here's the tip. LED lamps will cure. It's about 45 seconds. You're not getting the same. It's a different kind of lamp and different kind of, it's not the same type of radiation or, you're not getting any of the same UV stuff. However, not every gel polish works with an LED lamp. So when you go to your salon, hopefully they will know which brands, like I use only OPI and OPI works great with all the LED lamps, but some brands don't necessarily work as well with the LED lamps. So that's
interesting.
The answer
okay,
is
that's good to know.
LED lamps, a lot safer, but just make sure if because a lot of people do them at home now, which I can
see what you have. I know.
So see what you have, and if your polish is lifting, because that's one of the things it doesn't. Sometimes the LED lamps don't fully cure the polish all the way down to the nail bed. So if you're getting a lot of peeling, like kind of happening after like a day or two, it might be that the LED lamp isn't compatible with your polish.
And that's good to know because OPI is almost in every nail salon. So if you see the
and
OPI,
Essie also works with it with LED. I just tend to like the
other one
more.
that's in there? Is it DNI? It's the D&D, I think is what it's called. That seems to be in almost every nail salon now. They have the matching toenail and gel colors in the same package. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
No. I'm so basic. I just stick to Essie and OPI.
Smart.
I mean, I don't really deviate.
I get nervous about nail salons anyway. I feel like it's really hard to find a good one. And then once you find a good one, then it almost starts to go bad. And then you have to start your search all over again.
I know.
And
this
one
little
of my
gem that I
biggest
found
is a good one.
Oh, I've had 3 different nail techs because the one girl who started out as my normal person had to cancel on me the last 2 times. So I had 2 other women fill in and it's all the same results. It's amazing. It's rare.
Good. So it's a good salon.
It's rare.
Yeah. The one thing that I really cannot stand is when you see them putting a lot of acetone into gel polishes to thin them down.
I hate that.
It's
so
not only
cheap.
does it change, it's so cheap. It changes the color, it changes the consistency, and they do it right in front of you. It's so annoying.
See, you have a very similar. So I lived in Manhattan for a long time. You're in LA. It's we've had the same nail stories. It's the same kind of factory nail salons
because they're on every corner, and
they're
then you
on
have
every
to
corner.
Now the one. Do you want to know about the best pedicure that I've ever had in my life?
Yes, I'm so overdue. I need to get my hooves.
You've got to. I'm telling you, there's so many things. You have to come to LA, and we have to go wine tasting up in Santa Barbara. But I will also take you to this spa. It's called Me Spa. Do you remember the brand, the clothing brand for like our moms called Coldwater Creek? You remember Coldwater Creek?
Yeah.
So they actually had a handful of salons in California and a few other states.
Interesting.
And
wasn't it a little bit like a mix of like J. Jill and like Eddie Bauer?
Chico's. And I'd add a little Chico's in there too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm thinking of the right brand. Yeah.
They actually for a while had, before they went out of business, because now I think there's still a catalog. I don't know how that works. It's sort of like Pure One. Pure One is out of business, but yet they still send me emails and they have like stuff that doesn't really look up to par for the Pure One brand. So the same thing with Coldwater Creek. But anyway, they had these groups of salons. Well, someone came in.
That seems so not on brand for what they were selling, right? Like,
well, let me tell you, these places are phenomenal, these cold water spas. So it's a regular spa. They have they don't have a hot tub, but most of them have like a steam room and like and showers and stuff. But they do massages and facials. Well, somebody gave me a gift card and I went to this one that was near my house. And the pedicure, I thought I'm just getting a really, traditional
basic pedicure. Yeah.
They put you in one of those ergonomically correct chairs that you lay in and then you tip back.
Oh.
And so you sit down, you go into one of those chairs, they put an eye mask on you. They put a hot blanket over you, like they've had heated up. They put a blanket over you. Well, first I'm getting ahead of myself. You sit down in the chair. They come over and they say, "What color would you like today?" And you tell them what you want. They bring over a bunch of colors like in person for you to choose what you want. And then, so you don't
you're
have
not
to like stand over
there
the wall.
looking at the giant wall like an Amish person
So
at Best Buy.
yes,
and you have no idea.
You don't want that. Shaking things
I
and
get
bumping
so
into people.
overwhelmed at that wall.
So they bring the color to you. This is great. Okay, you pick it out. Then they put the eye mask on you. They tip you back in the chair. They put a hot blanket on you. You put your feet up, and for 45 minutes, it is the most incredible thing. I mean, it is so truly relaxing.
This sounds, it's like very day spa, like less nail salon, more day spa.
It is less nail. It is all day spa. It's actually in a day spa, but this was probably one of the best pedicures ever. And I was so sad because Coldwater went out of business and they lost the spa. But now a company called Me Spa has come in and they've adopted the same pedicure technique. So if you have a Me Spa near you, ME, check it out. They're really nice pedicures.
Wow.
Really good.
Because I often find that I've had, I would say, at best, mixed results from a day spa mani-pedi.
Yeah.
They're always twice as expensive. And I feel like the focus is more on the pampering and stuff, but like I want my nails to last. Like, okay, that's
don't go
my
for
goal.
I would not go for a manicure. It is an overpriced pedicure, but the polish for me, my toes don't chip ever. And they do a great job on everything else.
Yeah.
So if you want to have a good, relaxing pedicure, that's your spot. Now, if you want to go into some place and actually get your nails done, that to me, I wouldn't waste the money on because you're going to sit at a table no matter what. You might as well have it at a place where they do nails exclusively, pretty much.
But this sounds like a great gift idea.
Oh my gosh. Or like a spa day with your mom or your sister, your friend. It's really nice.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of Beauty Pop. And as always, you can find all of our recommendations and all the good stuff, the product reviews on our Instagram page at BeautyPopPod. You can send us an email, beautypoppod@gmail.com. Follow Jen at Jennifer Horn Radio. Follow me on Air Victoria. Leave us a rating and review if you have a chance on Apple Podcasts. That helps us a lot with visibility. And we will be back next week. We've got some good stuff. I have something that I've been sitting on. I can't wait to tell you about it.
I love it.
It might be it without overselling it. It might be the best thing I've ever added to my entire makeup routine. I'll leave it at that.
I love this. How exciting. All right, a big tease.
All right, we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.